Yo, yo, what up? It's your boy Cuzzin Dre. We are live on this red carpet premiere screening event of The Last Black Man in San Francisco. Now look, we moments away from all kind of movie stars pulling up. We got local celebrities, people that's in the film, a part of it, producers and more. Just tune in, man. We're gonna holler at them and see who we get. It's going down. Talk about the meaning of getting local San Quinn, Jamal Trulove, Danny Glover, you know, to be a part of it.
That's the only way you make it authentic, if you have people from the city. It's like we can't just get big actors and, you know what I mean, and have them come acting like they from the city. That's not what we're trying to do. So we had to make sure that, you know, we did something for everybody so that they could relate to it and not feel like, oh, finally it's a movie that came out, but we can't even relate to that. We don't even feel like that was for us. We don't feel like, you know, so I felt like we owed that to them.
Now this is your first debut film. It did excellent at the Sundance Film Festival. A lot of people are excited. I want to know, when you guys first had the initial idea to even make his story a movie, what were your thoughts of it? Did you see this as the final outcome?
You try not to think too far ahead,
okay.
Because film is a, you know, I mean, man, you hear so many no's along the way. It took us 5 years to make this movie.
Wow.
So you have dreams of this. I mean, this theater in particular, I grew up going here. You know, my parents took me here to see movies. I went here with my friends. My first job that I ever got paid to work was here. So you always, you sit in here, you watch those movies and you go, man, I hope I can like be here one day with something that we've made. But you never imagine it, I don't know, like this.
Now you've been in several movies. You have scripts being thrown at you all day, every day. What was special about this script? What stood out to you that made you want to be a part of it?
Well, first of all, it was a good script. It was a imaginative script by two young filmmakers. And the second thing, they wanted me in it. When somebody said, hey, we want you in it, and they were serious about it, they you know, that's what it's all about, baby. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm proud for them. I'm happy for them. I mean, imagine these dudes 24, 27 years old. This is dynamic star for them, man. You know, this is the place, this is the beginning of something very special, I think, for them, you know. And I know they're not going to repeat themselves. They're going to find some other kind of way in which they can anoint and elevate their life and their story, and the combination of community, the impact that it's had. This is so imaginative and so a part of what this city is. It uses every single neighborhood in this we shot in, I lived in them at one point in time. When we was in Hunters Point, I lived in the projects in Hunters Point. It was near 3rd and Army, I lived in the projects on 3rd and Army. If it's over in Fillmore, I lived in Fillmore. You know, I went to church up the street 500 feet from where we were shooting one day. That was my home church where I grew up in.
We're used to you playing comedy roles in this thing. We're used to laughing at all your movies. Talk about your role now. Talk about your preparation and what does it mean to you?
It's a good film. I think this is a film speaking about black gentrification, and I play a significant role in the movie. I don't really want to tell it. I want everybody to check it out.
Absolutely. Let's talk about gentrification and what that means in the back.
I think it goes a little deeper than gentrification. When it comes down to the struggles of being black in San Francisco, it's hard to be black in San Francisco when you step outside of these rural areas and the projects and things like that. My character, Kofi, speaks a lot to who I am and my struggles of coming from San Francisco, coming from Sunnydale projects, being taught everything good inside the house and having to step outside the house and fall into an area that's not so necessarily good, and then leave it out of that area into a city where you just don't fit in, where you stick out like a sore thumb, and even much more so nowadays.
What was it about this movie, this script, that caught your eye, that made you want to be a part of it?
This script was a piece of artwork. I call it a big poem. To be able to be a part of something so creative, but honest, real, and just true at its core. Obviously, it comes from a real place. It's about Jimmy's life and Joe's life. And to be able to tell a story and to see black men portrayed as they are in their wonderful glory in so many different facets. I think this movie is going to be a learning experience for a lot of people who watch it. This movie is an experience, and it's a piece of art because it tells a story that needs to be told. It's happening right now. You know, outside side of the gentrification and homelessness and mental illness. This movie touches on a lot.
It's a story that needs to be heard, you know what I mean? Like us preaching to each other is like preaching to the choir, so it's only gonna matter once people from outside of our circle understand, you know what I mean? What we've been going through for a long time, you know what I mean? I mean, they've been gentrifying my neighborhood, which is Fillmore, for a long time. They tore down Turkwood projects in the 80s, I believe. So it's not even a slow process. This is like a 20, 30 year something, you know, process that we've experienced, you know?
Oh man, the movie means so much to me in a way that it gives a voice to people whose voices haven't been heard in so long. Okay. Just how you put, you know, the struggle and the things we go through as black people, not just in San Francisco, but in America and across the world. You know what I mean? Even though we're the original people. You see what I'm saying? And I believe that's what resonates so much with this movie throughout everybody. Black, white, brown, polka dotted, swirly face, everybody can relate to this movie because I believe it's all about cheering for the human experience. You see what I'm saying? We all want to see humans come up. We all want to see somebody get up off their knees and make something of themselves, and I believe that's what the message of this movie will resonate with everybody with.
Youngin from the hood, he hit me like, hey Gunna, I admire you, I listened to your music growing up, I think it's a role for you. I said, all right, it's all good, I went. And I read for it, and then they cast me instantly, and the rest is history. So we in the building right now for the music, man.
Appreciate you, man. Stutterman 02, man. It's going down.
Hey, y'all do me a favor. Have a beautiful night. And go watch Last Black Man San Francisco, June 7th, Metreon, Alamo Theater, and also in Oakland.
Grand Lake.
Come on, Grand Lake.
It's going down. We're going to be there. Grand Lake, June 7th. Hey.